What's up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today, honey, we're gonna get into my Glaminatrix Cosmetics Sugar and Spice palette. So yes, mine finally arrived. I want to say it was Wednesday it showed up, but I was tired from work, so I was like, yeah, no, we're gonna have to wait till Thursday. So it is now Friday morning because it showed up Thursday. This is what she looks like. I love the packaging on this, honey. It's giving I'm living this full fur situation. It's a whole vibe. I hope she does some more like this because it's definitely a unique packaging that I'm loving. This is what she looks like on the inside. Y'all know there's really like a million palettes to compare to it and for you to pair with it. So let's get into it because we know I talk entirely too much, child. I'm gonna be here forever. Plus the battery light decided to come on because it always wants to come on when I, So I show the Glaminatrix palettes first that are sitting next to me to pair with this or look similar to this. Then I will go get a battery and then we'll get into the other ones and then I will give y'all an eye look. But if you're curious what's on my eyes right now, this is the, what is it? Moonlit Seduction palette from McGrath. I didn't put on number 11, I put on number 10, but let's get into this now. So I feel like Nocturnal will go really nice with this palette. So I'm gonna look at what it's giving. It's giving some unique, weird colors to go with the pastels in here. So I feel like it'll be a nice combination of colors. I just gave y'all a video on Glaminatrix Cosmetics today. If you were interested, I got cut off when I was saying I had a Moonlit Seduction on my eyes, along with the Spooked palette from Doodles by the Bunny and Grimmon Girls. So I have the purple on from Spooked, and then I just put the fun bluish purple shifting shade on top, and I have the red in my crease and the dark purple on my outer V. So that's how I created what's going on with the eyes, if anyone cared. I got cut off because my camera decided it needed to die and it couldn't wait for me to show these palettes. But so even it gets tired of me rambling from time to time. Anyway, on to the Nearly Natural palette. Now remember, you can't get the Nearly Natural palette anymore. It has been discontinued. It was a good alternative for the full fantasy palette from Lunar Beauty and Laura Lee Los Angeles. But I feel like this could be a good, nice one to ground in with. Like if you want some neutrals, but you want a fun pop of color or a nice multi-chrome, then it would be nice going through this palette. But this one, especially if you like to keep it on trend with the same brands. So those are only two I had to show. I guess I could have showed the Glamorous palette. I don't think it's here though. I think I left the Glamorous palette at home. So I might include that in the reel to compare it to. But it's not here right now, so we can't do nothing about that. Next, I have this palette. I feel like this could be a good companion palette if you already have it. Y'all know I don't really support LA Cosmetics, but since I had it in my collection, I figured I'd show it to you. I feel like some of the colors in here are nice. Just don't depend on this dark purple to do anything for you. Like dark purple in here is terrible. I have nothing but bad experiences. It always goes on patchy, so I don't necessarily recommend it if you're looking for a pastel palette with a darker shade for the outer V, because that purple ain't gonna do much for you. It's patch city chick. Y'all almost dropped the palette. This guy stopped talking about that lady stuff just because you don't like it. It's like I don't like what she did. It has nothing to do with her like brand. Anyway, next we have Peaches and Dream from Shroud. Oh my god, y'all, my purple broke and I'm in mourning. Let me try to press this back real quick. I'd be so tired of palettes. I was trying to break on me and stuff, y'all, but I'm trying to press it down real quick and cute like and give y'all a swatch of it because it decided to break anyway. Look at how stunning it is. Yo, look at it. It's giving I'm living. Okay, so I pressed it down. Hopefully it'll stay okay. I'm gonna have to leave this one here now and repress it. So I'm pissed about that because it's one of my favorite ones to use. But I feel like this would be a good companion one for this. Sorry I can't hold it all the way down because the purple's cracked. But I feel like this could be a good companion palette for this one if you want some extra fun pops of color. Okay, it's not falling out, but I don't take any chances. Because I actually like this palette a lot. I wonder if I can buy the shade just as a single and get a replacement. And then I can put it in other palettes. But that was that one. My friend let me borrow her Nouveau palette because I feel like these were like somewhat similar in my personal opinion. I feel like this is a fun version of Nouveau, so I could have did a why you don't need the Nouveau palette because you can have this fun version of Nouveau instead. Because I feel like they have some similar colors, not exact, but I feel like they have similarities. So I want to make sure I put this one in here. So I'm gonna try to make sure I do the review with this tomorrow because I'm supposed to meet up with her over Friday. I think we're supposed to go to the Barbie thing or something like that. Hopefully we get to make it. Last time we were supposed to go, it didn't work out too well, but I'm gonna meet up with her and get her palette back. That's the point. So I need to do the reel in the morning. Next I have the Nightshade palette from Grimmon Girls and Doodles by the Bunny. Again, another palette I feel like will go great with this palette. It's like a good companion palette. I feel like these will look great together. Again, you have some of the deeper like purples and stuff in here to put with this palette here. Plus I like some of the shimmers in here and I feel like they might go great with these. So there's it. Why'd I put that down there? That has to stay here. These are going Sorry, y'all, I got confused. And stuff is falling because I got so many palettes. Next, I got my Drenched Cosmetics Neon MUA Lunar Retrograde palette. I don't know if y'all got a chance to get your hands on it. I did, and I was happy about it. I feel like this would definitely be a good companion palette too, because these pastels are made more for people of color, if you will, because a person of color made them. So I feel like these would go nicely together. So that's why I want to make sure I show this too. So if you have this palette, you can pull it out and pair it with this one. If you plan on getting it, and if you don't, you can just use this one, I guess. But I definitely want to pair that one with the Sugar and Spice, and I'll probably do that sometime next week. I'm still trying to pair some other the Sumerian Sunset with other stuff, so we'll have to see about that. Next, I have my Night Flower from Lethal. Y'all know I love me a Lethal palette. I feel like this would be a good companion palette too, because like these colors look somewhat similar and they have complementary colors to each other, and it has some nice deeper colorful mattes in there for me to put on the outer V. Because my problem with this one, I've already seen it, I don't like the fact that it only has neutral tones to pair with these pastels. I'm not really feeling that whole vibe and situation about it, so that's why I'm like so that's why I keep putting on these colorful palettes that actually have colorful mattes in them to use, because y'all know I like me a colorful matte and a colorful crease shade and all this stuff. I want everything to be colorful, not just, you know, the shimmers and a couple of shades of the crease. Next, y'all know I have the pastel palette from Natasha. I feel like some of the shimmers in here might be nice in here, because if y'all remember, I didn't like the cream to powder mattes in here, and I feel like these mattes don't look that great. Like this color story as a whole looks okay, but it's like when you put it on the eyes, nothing looks the way it does in the pan, because it oxidizes, and that was my disappointment with this. Plus the formula on this to me wasn't that great compared to other ones, but you know, that's a teach his own thing. But I feel like some of these shimmers be nice. Like I know Mint Frost is a really nice shade, and I think I like the shade Dual and these three right here. So these three shimmers right here are nice, and then the Mint Frost shade I know is nice, but I'm just not crazy about this palette as a whole. But I feel like some of the shimmers will go nicely with these mattes, because I won't be using any mattes from there. Next, I have my Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. If y'all remember, I redid mine, so don't expect mine to look like yours, okay? See, mine does not look like yours. Mine is a cool, fun version of what this used to be, especially since I feel like a lot of shades in here don't really work for me, but I made them work okay to get an eye look out. I'd still have to move some more of the mattes out because it's not giving, but I feel like this will still pair nicely with this one, which is why I came to show it, because it doesn't look as close to the palette as some of the other ones I've shown you, but I told y'all I was going to do companion palettes in addition to, you know, palettes with similar color stories. So next we have Mercury Retrograde from Huda Beauty. I know a whole bunch of people like this. I feel like these could be good alternatives perhaps, like if you don't necessarily want the cool tones, if you prefer to have warm tones, because you have a warm tone like mauve shades in the middle, then you have some deeper, like I guess beige tones at the bottom, and then you still get like those mint and purple shades that are in this palette at the top. So that's why I wanted to pick this as alternative slash, you know, palette to pair with this one, because I need to get some more use out of this one too, even though I don't really like it that much. I feel like it'll pair nicer with the palette I just showed you all, the Sugar and Spice, so that's why I wanted to put those together. Good God, y'all, we've been sitting here almost 2 minutes just comparing palettes. Next, I have my Aero Inspired. They actually just brought this back recently, so if you want to get it, you better go, run, snatch it, grab it quickly. I feel like these will both look perfect together. I mean, like, look at it. Like, it gives you those green mattes that you need to go with the mint in here. And y'all know I love a blue, green, purple moment, and it has purple and mint in here. That's why I feel like this one would be perfect for this one, because I get my green and blue mattes, and then I got, like, some mint and purple to pair with it. Plus, the metallic shimmers in here are amazing, so I think these will definitely go great together, and I cannot wait to try them out, honey. It will be giving and I will be living. Thank you. Let me see. Then I have the Tiny Marvels palette from the late great Mel Thompson and Sydney Grace, and this is what it looks like on the inside. I feel like this could somewhat be a good alternative for you if you'd like to support the late great Mel Thompson family, because I hear her family still gets a proceed from this palette. So if you want to get this one as opposed to this one, I totally understand. And I feel like they do give off somewhat similar vibes. Obviously, Mel Thompson doesn't have the dual chrome and the multi-chrome, which I feel like is what this pink is. And it doesn't have a lot of those cool tone mattes. It does have a couple though, so if you're interested, definitely check out Mel's palette. And I'm definitely going to be pairing with that. The last palette I have to talk about, I know, right? Finally at the end, girl. This is the Blend Buddy Cosmetics Sugar and Grunge palette. And I feel like this would be a great palette to pair with it too, because it has a lot of those light, cool, and neutral tone mattes. And it has like the, you know, I feel like they have somewhat similar color stories, but I feel like this one gives you more variety when it comes to like deeper toned mattes for the outer V. Which again is my whole thing about this one, that you only get these neutrals in the middle. That's what I don't like. So I will definitely be pairing this one with this one, because it has a lot of the similar tones to it, and it has those deeper grungier mattes to go with it. So Okay, y'all, so I'm finally done with this palette comparison. Let me zoom in real quick and cute like. I have 2 concealer reviews coming tomorrow, which is another reason this is going to be a bonus video today. Because, girl, I got to test the Lancome concealer tomorrow. And I got to test the other concealer Saturday, the Gucci one. So I'm going to have a few reviews going up. But anyway, I'm going to go off camera, get my life in order. Take this off, unfortunately, even though it's stunning. And I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, girl? Okay, y'all, my bad. So I forgot to read the card that says sugar and spice on it. It says, we created the perfect everyday palette with our unique flavor combination with the aim to make it approachable for every skin tone and makeup preference. Sugar and spice includes highly impactful dual chromes and multi-chromes combined with everyday wearable mattes. Set off with a unique combination of pastels that can be mixed into the neutral mattes to create a more grungy, cool, or warm tone eye look. An all-around palette that can spice up your eyeshadow looks or make them extra sweet. So that's why it's called Sugar and Spice. The perfect everyday eyeshadow palette with a little bit of spice. I mean, none of us are surprised at what I did, right? Okay, so here are some of the swatches of some of the shimmers, and turn my hands, obviously, you can see the shift. Now, the purple one doesn't shift, but y'all know this is the blue purple, like sheer topper-esque shade. This shade looks silver in the pan, and then it moves to this like yellowish gold type thing. And this shade reminds me of Sprinkle in that special shade, and what is it? Divine Rose Artistry. That's what it's giving. Let me go over the mascara dot that I have here real quick and try to do something with that. Probably made it worse because I'm just blending it in too, but you know, whatever. You're not going to see that closely, hopefully. Yep, that works. It just looks like it's a part of the shift. So I started off with the shade Taffy. I want to see how well the yellow will work on some of my skin tones. So we started off with this one. I realized we just used the whole bottom row and then took this shade right here. So I used the whole bottom row and then I just took this shade and put it in the inner corner. So that's what we're going to do. I already set my eye. What eyeshadow probably to save us some time. Y'all, I probably got so many brushes downstairs I need to wash in order to do this concealer video tomorrow. I'm just over here dying. I used the Kaleidos primer, so I didn't use like a super white base for it. But I still feel like it did an excellent job considering, you know, my skin tone. And the fact that this is a bright pastel yellow. I do feel like the bright yellow I used another palette I used recently though works just a tad bit better. But, you know, I'm not going to complain because it's very vibrant and you can clearly see it. It does oxidize down a bit though, I feel like. So, not as prominent as it is on this side when you initially put it on. But, you know, it still looks decent for the fact that, you know, I'm of a darker skin tone. And I always like to test these shades out for you all because I'm deeper just to see how well they work on some of our skin tone. So, we working well. I went and sat and ate something because I hadn't eaten all day. Well, I ate like 2 White Castle burgers at work, but you know, that wasn't too much of anything. I hadn't eaten any like real food, so I picked up something to eat so I could come make this video. That was the shade Taffy. Now we're gonna go and shade Gumdrop. That's the purple shade. And I love a mint purple moment. So I was like, yeah, I love a purple moment. And I was like, I want to use the mint in the crease. As you see the little pop there. So that's why I was kind of wishing I had put the mint toward the front and then just did the yellow in the middle and then put this purple toward the back. But you know, it's kind of late now. Maybe I'll try to redo this look another time and do it that way. I'm thinking about redoing this look just for the concealer video. One of the concealer videos, probably the one for Saturday, so then I can get some eye, you know, I can get to a cuter thumbnail. Because I feel like the one from tonight ain't going to be that cute, but you still going to see this video tonight. So there's that, honey. Okay. Now we got multitask. So this video will go up probably like 7. I'll try to do a premiere and like talk to y'all in it. Because I had fun actually talking to the people who showed up for this premiere when I premiered the Sumerian Sunset palette. So I'll go ahead and do that. I was thinking about on Friday nights just having the video premiere since I had the day off and I can actually talk to y'all. So comment down below and tell me if you're interested in that. Because we could do that, girl. It's just, I gotta know that you actually want to do it because I'll do it if you want. It's just as a general rule. Y'all know I'm at work like 5 days a week, so I only have 2 days off. But those 2 days off, you know, we can do it then if you want, girl. Well, that's what we're working with. I'm loving all the brightness going on. I really like the brightness that it's giving me. Okay, so let's go into the shade Mint now. And now I'm just going to start patting. I did have to pat this one up, I feel like, quite a bit in order to get the color to stay. But I mean, I did put it on top of 2 colors. It wasn't like I cut the crease with some eyeshadow primer and just pat it on top. I feel like that would have been easier. But y'all know me, we just gonna wing it and do it this way. Plus, I feel like it shows how well the shadow can perform for me if I don't have time to necessarily do that step. But I still want to do a somewhat colorful look if it goes on top of other shades with ease, and I don't have too much issue. And as you can see, it's doing it pretty well. Like, you still see the bright mint in the crease, even though I'm putting it on top of other shades. So I'm impressed. I'm really liking that. So that looks pretty good. Y'all know me, I'm gonna put some more on top after I cut my crease with some glitter glue, because y'all know I'm gonna have to cut my crease with some glitter glue. It's just a requirement of life. This is what we do here. So get my glitter glue together. Y'all still gotta give y'all the video on the brand new Blackwood bag, so that's gonna go up early in the morning because I gotta make sure it goes up before the sale launches, and I think it launches at 9, so I'm about to have it go up at 7 o'clock my time, and we'll see how well that one goes. I'm not gonna live chat on that one because I will be in the bed. But like I said, if you want to live chat on Fridays for the video to go up, and I can just put up later in the day after, you know, my son gets out of school or whatever, we can do that. It's just I don't have time right this second. So as y'all can see, I told y'all I was gonna have to put the mint back in there because we completely cut it out when I cut with the glitter glue. But it's fine. Y'all just know I'm used to a routine, so I do what I normally do. Now we're gonna take the shade Lavender. I think it's a gorgeous purple shade, and y'all know I live for a purple moment, so I'm just over here like, yes. So I'm just kind of like trying to pat and swipe, not necessarily, sorry, pat and tap it on, not necessarily swipe the way I normally would. I find when I pat it on instead of swiping, it gives more pigmentation to it. So that's why I've been trying to like pat lately instead of swipe, because I noticed like a difference when it comes to the payoff of the shimmers. We'll go back in the shade Gumdrop now, girl. Cute little Gumdrop, you know. And just pat that on top to kind of give some dimension to the outer V, because y'all know this palette, besides the black, like the neutral tones didn't have too much of like fun pops of color for me. So I gotta get them where I can. I'm gonna go back into the mid shade now and just kind of draw around here to kind of give us the effect that's on the other side. And I'm definitely feeling the way this eye look looks. I can't wait to pair this with the Sugar and Grunge next week. I feel like it's gonna be a whole cute moment. And if I get a cute enough eye look, I might go ahead and like film it for a TikTok or Instagram or something. The important thing is I'm gonna try to film the reel for this in the morning, so that when y'all see this video at night, the reel is already up on Beaute87 Instagram. So I hope you're following, because if not, you're not gonna see this, the reel of these palettes that's in this video, to like Saturday or something like that. And they're probably like Saturday night. So looking pretty good. I feel like it looks different from side to side, but my eyes are different shapes, so I'm trying to see if that's what it is. But I'm like, I feel like the mint shade isn't sticking in the crease on this side the way I want it to, as opposed to the way it is on this side. So that's just something I noticed. Now we're gonna take the shade Basil. That's the blue purple shifting shade. This one right here that I swatched for y'all. Can you focus, please? So we'll take this one, just pat it all over the lid. That's like the extra wet foil looking color from. And I feel like this is really similar to a lot of shades in my collection, but y'all know this, I love this type of shade. It reminds me of the shade in Moonlit Seduction that I had my eyes earlier at the beginning of the video, funnily enough. Now let's go on by the inner corner shade, girl. That will be the shade Vanilla. And my brushes, I still need to wash. A lot of them are downstairs, so I'm like, great, need to go wash those. But I'm probably not gonna do it tonight. I'm not even gonna front because I still have to record my Brandon Blackwood video, like I said. So let's back on up and talk about my thoughts. So I like the palette. I feel like the pastels worked quite well for some of my skin tones, so I am impressed, especially that yellow, because I was really concerned about the yellow, y'all. I was a little bit like, but is it gonna work for anybody who looks like me when it comes to these pastels? But I feel like they did a good job. I feel like you can distinguish between all the colors on my eyes. Now I will say, because I have palettes I feel like that are somewhat similar in my collection, not exact similar, I'm kind of just like, how often am I gonna reach for this? Especially because they did the Huda Beauty thing where they give you some fun pops of mattes, but then they still give you deeper out of V shades. But I know that was the purpose of this palette, so I guess replace the Nearly Natural palette, since that's kind of what that was supposed to be about in my personal opinion. So I get where they're coming from. It's just I feel like I may not reach for it as much because of that, because a lot of the shimmers in here are similar to other shimmers I have in my collection, like the dual chromes and multi chromes. I feel like I have some of those that are similar from Adept, and then I feel like I have some of those similar from, I can't think of the other brand right now, but I have a couple of other brands that have similar like shades. I think it's Lethal Cosmetics, but with that being said, it's like I don't think I'll reach for this one as much, just because it's more neutrally, just like the, you know, Nearly Natural. I don't reach for that one as much either because of those type of tones. So it's not that the palette is bad and I don't like it. It's just more, it's one of those, like, I bought it because I love this brand. I knew it was gonna be good quality, but it's not gonna be one I reach for as much because y'all know I don't really mess with the neutrals like that. So those are my thoughts on the palette. I don't have anything bad to say. I just have to say that personally I won't be using it that often because there's a lot of neutrals, and I'm used to them doing more colorful fun things. But I understand they need to round out their collection, so I'm assuming that's what this palette's for. For people who want to try some pops of color but mainly like neutral things and want to try a couple multi-chromes. That's who it's for. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.